Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Of course not.
Junior Walker and the All-Stars.
Hey, David Ruffin and the... What's their name?
Hey YouTube, it's J Cutt here, and we're bringing you another breakdown. This one is David Ruffin. Let me be the one to tell you. First of all, I got the shirt on already. It says, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. DR means David Ruffin. If you don't know this, then you ain't watched the movie. If you don't go watch The Temptations and have yourself a laugh and also the music be going in, you don't know nothing about it. But there's a part. I'm gonna put the clip right here.
They coming to see me. They coming to see The Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Okay? He said they came here to see The Temptations. Ain't nobody coming here to see you, Otis. The reason why this is so funny is because he said they came here to see The Temptations, right? Which means the group. They came here to see us. The reason why it's so unique, because he said, ain't nobody come here to see you, not us. Okay. He said, ain't nobody coming here to see you, Otis. Which means maybe they are here to see the group, but they ain't come here to see you. Oh, okay. There's too much. Okay, so there's that. Then I got the mug, right? It was a little dark on camera, but it's a little bit better in real life. It's a little dark there, but in real life, it's a little bit brighter. And then say here, it says, oh, what's backward? Y'all ain't nothing without David Ruffin. Let me be the one to tell you. Let me be the one to tell. Now let me have you understand. Now the wording is a little bit wrong because he says it a little bit differently in the movie, but I thought it was just funnier this way. But this is when he was getting kicked out because he thought he could just do whatever he wanted to do. And he was getting, let me show you right here.
Tell him you ain't saying without me. Tell him. He ain't me. He ain't no David Ruffin.
Get him out of here now.
Yo, without David Ruffin, y'all ain't nothing. You hear me? You fake irritation without David Ruffin.
Right? So he's like, y'all ain't nothing without David Ruffin. He didn't even say the full name. So you know I had to draw him. I mean, come on now. So, but I didn't just draw him. I went all the way. Let me, 1 second. I don't usually take the posters off the thing, but I'm gonna take it off this one. Hold on. Now y'all know I don't make no sense. Come on, get yourself a David Ruffin. If you don't get yourself a David Ruffin, ain't nobody come here to see you. Now, I think out of anything I've ever drawn, this is the most detail I have ever put in a drawing. It would be David Ruffin. But go ahead and get yourself, I think I have it this way and I think I have it this way, which has more of the background. But jcutt.com, check it out. It's in here. Oh, you better already have known that I was gonna put the David Ruffin in here. Let me show you, where's that? Oh, there it is. He's technically a villain. If you watch the whole movie, he's not really a villain. But in that first half, you know, the Temptations like the Titanic. It's like 15 VCR tapes you need to open up just to watch the whole movie. Anyway, David Ruffin is like the villain in the first half, but then you realize, you know, he's human, okay? So I put him next to another villain of mine that I also enjoy. Soon we'll have a breakdown of this, but we're talking about David Ruffin. Click here if you just want to listen to the dope remix by Asteknight. And if you want to see the process without me, I mean, then why did you come here when there's a video already available? Okay, see, this is why I can't. I just...
Aztec remix.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here, okay? A lot to unpack here. So, this one is a movie scene. So I have a few different movie scenes where I just took the scene and was like, let me just bring that to life with my style, with my character. Sometimes I do more of a, like the Wizard of Oz is like, it's not a scene, I just decided to do it in my pose and things like that. It just looks very similar to them. Whereas this one is a replica of the scene. So it was a challenge, but it was really, really fun. I didn't know I was gonna go that far with the detail. That was not the plan. I was just trying to do my regular style, and I don't I don't know what triggered it. And maybe I'll see it in here, what made me say, let me go. So I'll look for it. If I can find the trigger where my brain said detail, I don't know. But right now, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just trying to get the sketch out. Eyes are the window to the soul, they say. So if you don't get the eyes right, it's a different soul. It's a different person. If you can get the eyes right, sometimes other things will be looked over. So like the nose isn't really there. If the lips aren't really there, they'll accept it. And to be very honest, which is weird, I think the final version of this looks more like the real David Ruffin than it does the person who played him, even though it was based upon the movie. So I don't know. It looks closer to the real David Ruffin than it does the movie. So I don't know. Anyway, so it doesn't. Anyway, but listen, it's good. It's a good one. Okay. So you see me doing the sketch, just kind of getting that thing tweaked up. You're gonna see. I think I remember. There was a moment where I didn't know if the head was too big or too small, and it's gonna go like it's gonna start to pitter patter because I was like, I think this was the one. You'll see it. If not, it was a different thing. But and then a way I've been doing. Yep. I think this is the one because you see I just shrunk it, but then I was like, wait a minute. Then I was like, wait a minute. Which one? And I think I made sure it was yeah. I'm like and then I made it smaller because I was always taught it is better to have a feature that's too big than too small. A big it's having a whole situation. A big head, a big foot, a big hand looks better to us than a small hand, a small head, a small foot. If you have a regular sized body and the head's this small, it looks weird. Whereas the head's this big, maybe because like babies have big heads, so it's just normal to us to see bigger features. But I still felt it was too big, so I reduced it down. So then I went with the method I like to go with, which is, did I? I don't think I did. I went with the silhouette, but I didn't fill in the color. I thought, okay. I think I filled in the color with a gray, but I did the silhouette filling with a color. Anyway, I'll break that down another time as well. So anyway, going in, adding the details. The background, I found a method with, is it up here? With this piece. I don't know if you can see it. What's Love Got to Do with it? Make Me Over scene, where instead of doing the inking for the background, and you'll see a little later, it's just blocking in color, and it feels like a puzzle almost. Like it feels weird at first. You're just blocking colors in, just like hard, heavy colors. But once it's done, and then you do a little bit of a blur, it's like, I don't know, it's really, really cool. So I gotta do that more. I haven't done it in a while, but that's a good one. So you can see, anyway, I'm going in, adding detail. You know, the eyebrows, I'm realizing with the project I'm doing now, sometimes I realize I do eyebrows in 3 different ways. Either I do it like this, where it's black, like pitch black eyebrows, which is my favorite, but that doesn't work for everybody. I do it where it's like the lips, where it's spaced to add color. So it's just an outline of it, and then I'll add a color, especially if they have brown eyebrows or what do you call it, blonde eyebrows or whatever. I'll do that, or I'll do individual inking strands, and that depends on how loose their eyebrows are, and I do that with facial hair as well. So for this one, I wanted the heavy, boom, black. I just thought that would be stronger, but I could have went with more straggly lines for his beard. So it just was a decision to make there. And then you can see, where are we at? Okay, so we're inking in the lines. You know, I'm just kind of going in, adding a little detail. To be honest, once I get to the stage of inking, once that's done, to me, it's a wrap. It's pretty much done. Coloring is usually done. But in this case, it wasn't done. There was a lot more that needed to be done. I added little chest hairs. And I think it's getting close to done on the inking, right? So then, okay, I did fill it in. So then I filled it in with the gray. So now I brought in the reference, so that I could just color pick the background and then just look at it and just start blocking in colors. And then it'll really start to be like a cool little background. So it was a lot of details. You can see I'm working on the right bottom corner of the, what do you call this thing? The little couch or pillow. I don't know what he's sitting on. I guess he's as bougie as I am. But yeah, so he got that going on. And I just knew any suggestion of movement or color in the background is going to be just fine because I'm going to blur it out like I just did. And now it feels like it's more detailed than it really is. Okay, so now I'm getting to the detail. So this is when I'm like, all right, block. It's color block. You know what colors it needs to be. And you can see I'm doing some adjustments just so that the background and the character can start to separate a little bit more. And just going in, adding some details. Now, I don't know if I knew this from the beginning, but I kind of knew, how do I put it? It's like my brain decided that the glass is going to have that yellow shade inside. I just knew that was just going to be the case because that's what everybody was doing back in the day. You know, like I think my pop had glasses like that, you know, whereas the yellow, what do you call it, tinted glasses. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, that's what these people was doing, you know? So I was like, I'm doing it even though that wasn't, but it brought more of a menaced look to him when you'll see, like it made him even more like he just skewed, something wrong in the head. And I think that was a nice little gesture there. So you see me again, I'm adding the detail, just trying to match the picture a little bit more. I went in and added the shadows first. I usually go that route first. Sometimes I go the opposite where it's highlighted onto the erased almost. But in this case, went in adding all the shadows and all to the right places. And this is one of those situations where the lighting is mostly right. It is mostly right. But because it's a movie, so they had other lights that wasn't real. So there was probably a light here on the right side of him that was softer, and then a heavier light on the left side of him. And so I was able to bring that in here. And this is when I realized, oh, well, wait a minute, right? When the details started to come in, highlights will bring you all the way forward, okay? I will say my main critique that I'm not happy about with this piece that I look over is that top left highlight is just, I don't know, it's too much. But that's when I realized the detail. I just hit it. When I put that little bit of highlight on the top right side of his forehead, and I said, well, wait a minute. That's when I decided that the details need to, I just realized. That's when it was. That's when it was like, okay, wait, we ain't playing games. This ain't a game no more, you know? So then I started really just pushing the highlights. Yeah, this is a good one. This is one of those ones. Very subtle details on the head. Did I get to the last highlighting stage? I can't remember. Where is it at? Yep, so you see me add that red back in, or that like orangey red into the, and I really feel like that took it. So now I'm just kind of like adding some lights and just kind of pushing it so it has a little bit more atmospheric feelings going on there, if that makes sense. And I think this is when, okay, so now the piece is done and I'm just kind of getting different layers for Instagram. I'm just preparing it and all that stuff. So, and that's it. That's the whole shebang. It's one of my favorite pieces. I love the shirt. I think we have another shirt where it has the character and then like this like circle thing or something like that. All on jcutt.com. Definitely check it out. Don't forget, if you want to watch this video without the commentary, you just want to get the Asteknight remix, it's right here in this corner, or it's in the description down below. Leave a comment, tell me how you feel about it. Let me know if there's any speed drawings that we haven't done a breakdown to yet. Let us know in the comment, like, hey, do this one that you didn't do, and then we'll put it on the list for sure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we got so much new stuff coming soon. So get ready for all the good stuff that is coming. Oh yes. Let me put my picture frame back before it breaks because I ain't got time for that. What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave without liking or sharing or something. I know you see that red button. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Much to me, ain't too proud to beg. If I have to